What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. My name is Franco Torres and I'm the guy / mind behind Creative Towers Media. I'm originally a guitar player / musician who kind of got into photography and filmmaking kind of to better my own content, and started getting jobs doing all of this. So I don't know, I'm just going with the flow. So today I'm going to be talking about this little object that I got in the mail last month, which is going to be the DJI Mavic Mini 2. Just this little drone right here. You're going to see some B-roll. In fact, let's go over to the B-roll and then we'll get back to talking about this. So yeah, that's a really nice drone. So this weighs absolutely nothing. I cannot believe how small it is. Like, honestly, if you want to compare it to something like an iPhone, this is an iPhone 10 and this is the DJI Mavic. So I mean, of course it's gonna be a little bit fatter than the iPhone, but the iPhone is taller than the drone itself, and that, my friends, is honestly amazing. It blows my mind how well this thing just packs itself up, and you can carry it everywhere. Just yeah. I did get the Fly More combos, so let's talk a little bit about what the Fly More combo actually brings. So what you may be expecting if you get the Fly More combo, and my experience with it. Let's talk a little bit about everything that includes the DJI Mavic Mini 2. So when you open the box, one of the first things that you're gonna be noticing is that you get this little bag right here, which is honestly a really nice bag. Like, it's a very awesome bag, and I mean, look how small that is, and you can fit a whole bunch of stuff in it. I actually went the other day out with the drone, and that was when I went to take some photos with the RF-72-200. So the other video, I'm gonna link it up here if you haven't seen that one. And I took my EOS R in here with the 72-200, and I also took the drone, the batteries, the controller. I actually took one extra battery, I believe. I didn't take this whole thing, but everything kind of fitting here perfectly, which is something really nice. So you have this little handle here on the side. You also have this shoulder strap, which for some reason mine is kind of twisted, so let me just, and yeah, so if you look at the back, you have one front pocket over here, which you can fit the little wings of the drone in, and you can fit some other like small stuff in it if you want. You have a few different compartments. So you have this compartment here, which I believe you can fit on some maybe smaller stuff, maybe your phone or maybe your wallet or something. And then you have this compartment here. I don't know if you can see it well. I usually put the drone here, and then the controller here and the battery here. You can also have this little thing over on the top, which you can also put some stuff. And right now what I have is the extra little, these aren't wings, propellers, that's what they're called. So yeah, you can have these in there, and it's really nice. It's a really nice bag. I was really impressed with the quality. Of course, you get the DJI printing over here, if you can see it well there. But yeah, I was really impressed by the bag itself. Now let's talk a little bit about everything else that you get in the box, because I mean, it's not all about the bag and about the box. So first of all, we get a whole bunch of different cables, which are going to be the cables that you're going to use from the controller to whatever phone you have. And we also get this charger, which is a USB-C to USB 3, and then this little box so you can recharge it. I don't know what do you guys call these? Charger cube, little, yeah. Anyways, we also get this really nice controller. This is with the version 2. The version 1 brings the other one, and I honestly love this one a lot more than the one. I tried it once. I didn't actually enjoy it that much. I do enjoy this controller, which I mean, you can put your phone here, you have the cable stored up in here, which I have the iPhone cable, of course, because I have an iPhone. Then we have some buttons here on the back. This one is to record or take whatever photo you're taking, and then this one is to change where the camera is pointing at. We also have a function button. We also have this little one that kind of switches between modes, if I'm not mistaken. And then of course we have the controllers to kind of rotate or move forward or upwards. And if you haven't noticed, it doesn't have the joysticks. Where are the joysticks? So I don't know if you can see it, lower part of the controller. I don't know if you can see them there, but yes, those are the joysticks, and you just take them out and you screw them right in, and voila, you have the whole joystick in place. I don't know if it's focusing on it, but yeah, that's really nice. That's like a really nice feature to have. I actually thought that, you know, I didn't bring them, and then when I was looking at the controller, I was really surprised. I thought that you had to like put them on, because they do bring some spare, so if you lose these, you have a spare, at least with the Flymore combo. I'm not sure if the other, like the regular combo, brings it, but it's really nice. Then of course you have the charger here. You charge the drone, this, and the battery pack with the same cable, which is something that's really nice. And then of course, if you look here, we have a few different buttons. We have the power button, we have the home button, and then we have a switch changing from Cine, normal, and sport, which are basically 3 different flying modes, or rather recording modes, for the gimbal that's attached to the drone itself. And then of course we have these little lights here, which will indicate the battery that you have. So for example, if you click it once, you're gonna get the lights, which are gonna tell you how much battery you have left. Then if you click them twice, then voila, it's on. That's how you turn it on. You have to click it twice to get it on. And it's searching right now. Of course, I'm not gonna connect it in this particular instant. I'm gonna record that later on, because it's late and I'm in my room. I'm not gonna do all of that here in the room, so I'll record that some other time. So yeah, that's the controller. It's really nice, really comfortable. Some people talk about that. I have fairly large hands, so I love how it feels. It's really comfortable to actually, you know, have it in your hand. So yeah. Then we have the battery pack itself, which is this little thing right here, which is really cool. Like very cool. If you click it here, you're gonna see how much battery each battery has. You can put up to 3 batteries. Of course, one of them is in the drone right now. And really cool thing about it is that you can use these batteries that you have spare here to charge your iPhone or whatever phone you have. If that's not like futuristic stuff, I don't know what is, bro. Like that's... So yeah, that's actually really cool and really handy to have also. And you know, one thing that, you know, you may or may not like that much is that when you're charging them, it's kind of modular based. So charges one, then the second one, then the third one. It's not gonna charge them all at the same time, and I mean, I get it. Now to the drone itself, it's this little small thing. You open it here, take this kind of armor off, and then you have to take this little cap thing off of the camera, and you get the camera moving there. That's how you're gonna be flying it. You're not gonna be flying it with the cover, by the way, just in case. And then when you're gonna open it, just open it to the front, then to the back, and then you have the entire drone, which is still very small. So yeah, the drone is pretty small. The battery compartment is here on the back. There's the battery, so if you want to take it off, that's how you take it off. And I think that the battery weighs more than the drone. That to me is hilarious. I cannot believe how much like this is and how well it records. I'm gonna put some footage so you guys can see it. This little thing weighs less than my phone, I believe. It's ridiculous how little it weighs. the battery weighs more, and I'm not like, it's true. Then of course in the back we can charge the drone from here, and we also have the SD card here. I have a 128 gigs memory in there because you never know when you're gonna need more, and just in case, you know, I bought it with the drone, so why not. Of course we have some sensors here. Of course these are the little motors, the little propellers, and it's the camera here with the gimbal. So yeah, the camera moving, and then, you know, when you're gonna turn it on, you're gonna do basically the same thing with the controller. So if you click here once, you're gonna see how much battery it has. Of course I've used mine this past week, so that's why it's flashing on one of them. But then if I click it 2 times, it's gonna make that sound. It's gonna flash some over here, and as you can see, it's flashing. And then of course you pair it with the iPhone or your whatever phone you have. Of course you have to have the app on the phone connected here, I mean over here. Take the cables out, connect it to the phone, open the app, and look into connecting with the DJI Mavic Mini 2. You're gonna get connected, and you're gonna start seeing the live feed on your phone from the camera here on the gimbal. And that's just, I mean, again, and I'm restating this, if this is not the future, I don't know what is the future. Like, this is freaking amazing. It's really cool. So yeah, that's basically it for the drone. Now let's see some footage on it, and then let's come back and talk a little bit about specs and just go through a whole bunch of different stuff that you may be interested on with this. So yeah, let's do that. Right now I have the settings on manual, so basically the drone kind of makes the exposure for itself. So yeah, you don't have to kind of worry about anything when you're flying it, just worry about flying it itself. And yeah, let's keep on doing this thing. Now I'm actually changing the angle just a little bit because I am going to be reading the specs. I don't really know the specs, so we're just gonna look them up real quick here on the World Wide Web and just talk a little bit about it. Of course, this is the DJI Mavic Mini 2. Let's talk a little bit about the specs. I'm gonna read them and I'm gonna talk a little bit about them. It says that it has up to 6.2 mile range with the ocu-sync, which is the system that it uses to connect the drone to the controller. So apparently you're gonna have a 6-mile radius where you're gonna keep seeing the live feed. Now, I myself am kind of a scaredy cat in terms of throwing my drone 6 miles from me. I'm honestly really scared to do that. However, I've flown it quite far from me, and it goes and comes, and I can see the feed very well. I mean, I've had certain problems with my phone kind of heating up because, I mean, I'm in Puerto Rico. It's pretty hot in here, and usually I fly it during the day. So my workaround to it the last time that I flew it was flying it from my car. So I got in my car and I put the drone over there on, you know, on the parking where I was, and I started flying the drone from my car with the AC on and whatnot, and it worked really well. So yeah, it's 8.8 ounces, lightweight and foldable design, as you already saw. I'm reading the specs off of B&H, which is not where I bought it. Actually, I bought it from the DJI store online. So yeah, it captures 12 megapixel stills in JPEG and RAW, which are honestly really good. I'm gonna put some photos so you guys can see it as well. I've been having a lot of fun taking photos with it, like with this thing. Who thought that flying and taking photos and video on a drone would be as much fun as it is? Of course, it does not record audio, by the way. Just in case you're, using it for video, you have to sync it manually over here in whatever program you use. So you're not gonna get audio, which I mean, to me, it doesn't really matter that much. Even though I am actually using it as of when I'm recording this video. You're probably gonna see it after I do these sessions or these gigs. I'm actually gonna be using it for some music videos. So let's see how that works. I myself don't feel like I have like an extreme problem with that, because I usually like count or do some certain gestures on the videos to sync certain stuff in post. So it's just what I've been doing all along. So I don't feel like that's gonna be a problem for me. Just throwing it out there in case you're looking for something that takes audio. This does not take audio. It has up to 36 miles per hour flight speed, which is very fast. It's really fast, and that's really cool. You would not want to crash this into anything, at least at 36 miles per hour. It's not gonna be fun. Also, a really fun fact, I took this into a real estate photography gig that I got a few weeks back, and when I started flying it, a bird flew trying to get into the drone, and I mean, it didn't do anything to it, because I mean, it got like scared and flew off to somewhere else because of the propellers and whatnot. But it was really hilarious to me. Luckily, it didn't damage the drone or anything happened to the drone, actually, because I mean, the bird got fairly close, but it didn't get quite into it. But yeah, it has intelligent flight and panorama modes, which are really cool. However, one thing that I'm actually like, this is more of a like kind of a disappointment on this on a certain fact, and it's not a disappointment at all. I'm just saying that it would be really cool to have this feature like everywhere. When you take the panorama shots, they look amazing, because you look at the world, like everything looks really round and everything looks like really cool, because inside of the app it stitches it up and it looks like very circular and whatnot. But that's only where you can see it. If you like look at the photo in your phone or in whatever program, the photo is gonna be a panoramic photo, like every other panoramic photo, and just you're gonna have it widespread. You're not gonna have it all stitched up like they show it to you in the app, which if I could have it like that, would 11 out of 10 times have it like that, because it looks amazing, and I'm not kidding. It looks really cool. Apparently it withstands 19 to 24 mile per hour winds, and I can definitely like vouch for that. One of the first times that I actually flew it, the wind was really crazy, and this thing stood up there like a champ. I have to give it to it. It stood there to the winds, through the wind and flames, through the fire and flames, and it worked really well, which I'm really impressed to, like really impressed. It has a 3-axis gimbal with up to 4K 30 frames per second video, which is really good as well. It has up to 31 minutes of flight time, and I can agree that that's around the time that you get with this battery. I usually take it out and fly for a while before changing I haven't really timed it myself, but I can tell you that I've been like out there flying it and just flying for around that time, and it just doesn't give me any problem whatsoever. Of course, when I get it back, it's with battery low, but I mean, that's to expect. You have up to 4 times digital zoom, which is okay. It's as good as you could expect from a 12 megapixel camera. It's all right. It's not bad, but I mean, that's not what you're going to be using this for anyway, so that's okay. And then it has automatic takeoff, hover, and return to home, which is what I was talking about with these little things. And then of course, when you start flying it, it's gonna hover automatically, not like other maybe FPV drones where you have to put it in hover for it to hover. If not, you're gonna crash it. So it's a really smart little dandy drone, a little artifact. I don't know if you can see it there. But look at that. Look at how beautiful it is. And I honestly love it. It looks like a shark and like a predator as well. And it just, you know, it looks really awesome. And it flies very well. The footage that it takes is really cool. I've been using it quite a bit for the past few weeks. I've used it for a few gigs now, and I've honestly enjoyed it way too much, and I highly recommend it. Of course, if you're looking for a better camera on a drone, I would suggest looking maybe at the DJI Mavic Air, something like the Air 2 or the Air 2S, I believe it's called, the new one with the log profile as well. And then of course the other ones that are higher up from that range with the Hasselblad sensors on the cameras, the bigger cameras. I mean, those are going to be, you know, slightly better for a whole bunch of different things. And of course they're going to be a lot bigger. The control is going to be the same. The batteries are going to change. But I mean, yeah, for starting out, this is a really great drone. Of course you don't have to get a license for it. At least where I live, I don't need a license for it. I am going to actually read up on it because I believe that I may need something like a permit to fly in certain places or to be able to actually take it to travel. I'm not sure where I can take it. Of course I'm not traveling right now because it's 2021 and we're still mid-pandemic and whatnot. Things are starting to open up, but are they really working how they should? I mean, I'm vaccinated, my family is vaccinated, so that's a plus. And I'm hopefully looking forward into traveling sometime this year, maybe to California to see my sister and my family over there, which is really fun. So yeah, so that's the DJI Mavic Mini. I hope you guys enjoyed my review slash overview slash examples slash whatever you want to call this. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like down below, comment, and if you want to support me, consider subscribing and tagging along to this journey. It's, you know, highly appreciated and it helps me a lot. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys on the next video. Now I should do like a magic trick or something to make this disappear.